Hey, welcome back to Hidden Acres Outdoors. I'm David. What we're here to talk about today, guns. Let's talk specifically today about some of the weapons that, in my opinion, you're going to need to pick up if you don't already have them, because you're going to find a use for them on the homestead, especially if you're a hunter. We're going to start off with the ubiquitous 12 gauge shotgun. I don't care if you get a double barrel, an over under, a single shot, whatever you want. This happens to be a Remington 1100 that I purchased. Oh, it's got to be at least 40 years ago. I got it, I think, when I was 18, and I'm 60 now. And I have put thousands of rounds through this thing. A 12 gauge shotgun. If you can't afford to get anything else, this baby is probably needs to be something that's high up on your priority list. And I don't care if it's a Remington 1100. I don't care if it's a pump. It doesn't matter. A pump action is going to be a little more difficult for somebody that's never been around firearms or used one to actually chamber a round in it and to rechamber a round after they've already fired. And I put this one out here because this one's gas operated, which means the recoil is going to be a lot less for people that are novices to guns. And so at any rate, if I could only buy one gun and have for the homestead, it'd be a 12 gauge shotgun. However, I'm fortunate enough, if you take a look at this round, this is, most of you probably already know, a Model 94 Winchester. This happens to be a pre-64 edition, and this belonged to my wife's grandfather. This particular firearm was made in 1952 by looking at the serial number. Shoots a 30-30 cartridge, which is going to be big enough for hunting. If you want to use it for that, it's also going to be big enough if you live in black bear country. I don't think I'd go tackle a grizzly bear with this unless I had to. But, for black bear or larger game, white-tailed deer, has probably been more white-tailed deer killed with this particular model rifle than anything else in American history, or so the fable goes. But this cartridge, 30-30 cartridge, will take care of whatever you need it to take care of, from elk to black bear to anything else. And it depends on where you live. A lot of these weapons are dependent on your area of the country. The next one here, I'll just give you an example. This is a Ruger Mini 14 ranch rifle. I've got the AccuStrut on the barrel. This is a 580 series. And I did succumb to my old eyes and put a Leupold 3x9 scope on it, just because I'm 60 and my eyes aren't what they used to be. And the peep sight, which I love, which I have on this Henry also, ranges out when you're talking 200-yard shots at a coyote. My old eyeballs just can't do that with regularity anymore. So we go with that. This 223 cartridge, you can get the non-evil looking version. I think they come with the 5-round magazine. And if you feel like you really need it or you want it, you can also get the 30-round mags depending on where you live. You can shoot a long time, and it's quite a lot of fun to do a mag dump on something like that. A lot of people have a problem with the Mini 14, but if it's not a Mini 14, what I'm thinking you're going to need, depending on where you are again, for your neck of the woods, you might need something that reaches out a little further, a little flatter shooting. If you're out in the Midwest and you got 300 and 400-yard shots, I'd probably opt for something like a 270 or even a 243 over the 223 cartridge. But whatever you want to do. So you've got a shotgun, you've got a heavier caliber rifle here that's You know, this happens to be a lever action. I've also got 308s in bolt action, 30-06s and everything else. But for a ranch rifle in bear country, that 30-30 would be what I'd go with. If I'm just knocking out coyotes or something like that, I'm going to go with this 223 ranch rifle. If you're just talking about varmints, maybe foxes in the hen house or bobcat predators, raccoons, you want to go small game hunting, you want to shoot squirrels and cottontails or jackrabbits, you can't go wrong with a 22 Magnum. It will do all of that very well out to ranges, 125 to, I guess you might be stretching it on coyote-sized game at 150 yards. This happens to be a Henry small game rifle. I got the 20-inch barrel version in 22 Winchester Magnum, and they also make this in 22 short, long rifle configurations. But I've got other 22s, so I wanted the Magnum round, so that's what we ended up with. You're also going to need, and here's where it really gets wide open, some type of sidearm if you're out. I mean, I've jumped up coyotes, been out working on a tractor, had coyotes come up, had run bobcats out. If you want to get rid of predators or something like that, raccoons are terrible on bird populations, whether it be turkey or quail or grouse or woodcock, whatever you got, but they're terrible for it. So you got your choice. This is a Ruger Mark II 22 semi-automatic. You can see the difference in size on this standard 22 long rifle round versus that 22 Magnum round. They're both 40 grain bullets. A lot more powder in this cartridge, so therefore this projectile is traveling at about twice the speed of this projectile. Small game, good with either one of them. If I'm getting into something like raccoons or bobcats, I'm going to be shooting this 22 Magnum round, which this Ruger Single 6 has a cylinder for. It comes with Winchester Magnum round cylinder, and it also comes with just a 22 short, long rifle cylinder. So whatever trips your trigger on that, these are excellent tack drivers. This is an excellent tack driver. But if you want to get into something even bigger than that, I'm not a big fan of plastic guns, but this is my everyday carry gun. This is a 45 ACP round, and this is easy to carry in a pocket. It's not in your way when you're riding on a tractor or doing anything else. You just get a little pocket holster for it, slide it into your, pardon me a second, into your bib overalls or whatever else. And these see a lot more abuse since you're like riding on a tractor or mowing and you see a big copperhead or a big rattlesnake and you need to get rid of it. This is going to be easier to keep clean, and I guarantee you 45 is going to take out a snake or anything else you want it to take out. If you're in bear country, you might want to step it up a notch. This is another 45 ACP, but they also make these in 10 They also make these in 10 millimeter. So if you're in bear country, I mean big bear country, this might be a sidearm that you would want to carry like in a chest holster. That's like an old tanker holster that you see out of World War II, and it's carried across your chest. At any rate, that's some of the stuff we're going to be covering here in the next couple of months, I guess. We'll take each of these out. We'll do some shooting with them. I know a lot of people are going to have accuracy questions on the 223 ranch rifle, the Mini 14, but I'm telling you, unless you're one of these long-range shooters that wants to get it down to a quarter MOA or something like that, if there were a coyote walking across the field over there 200 yards away, I could jack around in that thing right now and drop him dead as a doornail. 200 yards is a little bit far for the 22 Magnum, but the 223 will reach out and touch them. If you're down in Texas or something, you got a lot of feral hogs or something, that 223 is an excellent round for that. It's not overkill. And if you're feeling froggy, you can even do it with this 22 Magnum with well-placed shots. But at any rate, we're going to cover some of these guns, and we'll take them out, do some shooting, go over the history of them a little bit, and you may have your own list of different weapons that you might like to stash in the UTV or something when you're out working around the house or the home or the farm or the homestead or whatever you want to call it. But these are just some suggestions to get you started. Like I said, if I only had one gun on this table to use, it'd be that shotgun, because you can do anything you want to with a 12-gauge shotgun. I hate to admit it, Joe Biden actually had a little bit of lucid moment when he said go buy a shotgun. Now, I don't agree with his premise on why he said that, but, even a broken clock's right twice a day. Leave some comments below. See which one of these you want to dig into first. I don't know if it's going to be the 1952 Pre-64 model 94 Winchester. If you want to see accuracy tests done out of the ranch rifle here, if you just want to review and take down and how I like this new Henry 22 Magnum or any of these other pistols out here, leave some comments below. If you want to talk other weapons, I'm the guy to talk to, because I got a bunch. If you want to run down, if you want to see a series or a video on M1 carbine, M1 Garand, the Ruger American rifle, the 308, I did take the synthetic stock off of it, got a scope mounted on it. It's in, I'll put a Boyd's wood stock on it, because I'm kind of a traditionalist and I just kind of like the looks of wood. What else is in there? Oh, there's a whole bunch. I mean, there's pump shotguns, there's over-unders, there's double barrels, there's, you name it, there's 22 bolt actions, a whole bunch of weapons. So if you got a particular weapon that you want to see reviewed, put it down in the comments below, and if I've got it, or if I can get it, we'll go ahead and do a review on that. So I don't promise to do all of them. If you're into some of this new fancy stuff, I may or may not be able to lay my hands on some of it. I had an AR-15 type assault weapon, but we ended up giving that to my stepson, who is just about to get his own M1 tank as a tank commander here in the next few months. So he got that for his combination birthday Christmas, not too long ago. But if you like our stuff, go ahead, hit the like, notifications, hit the subscription, leave some comments below, and you guys decide which one of these we do next. I'm kind of leaning towards the 22 Henry, but if you want to see something else, we'll do that too. At any rate, take care, and we'll see you next time from Homestead Acres Outdoors. Bye.